Yo, there's dogs everywhere at this park, yo. All right. What is up, everybody? It's Philip. That I was about to say with my other business. Today, I wanted to talk about the Spotify Wrapped. When you're an online artist, sometimes you forget about all the people that listen to your music or see your art, especially if you're more of like an online artist and you don't play shows, or if you play less shows or less festivals, or maybe you're not at that point yet. And it's always cool because you can think about interacting with all these people in a certain way. And there's something to it that I don't think a lot of people think about, because as an artist, with most things, like back in the day, you'd play a show, get instant feedback about how the show was, if people liked it and all that. But with streaming, you don't really get a like one-to-one conversation a lot of the time about who's loving your music or how many people are listening to it or all that kind of stuff. And as an artist, it's really cool to see those numbers, because you can be making such an impact in somebody's life and never even know it. And it happens a lot, I think. And it's for a lot of artists. And it can even be for like really small artists or big artists. My social media pages are, I'm trying to, I'm working on them. And I'd like to, get my face out there more. And that's why I've been talking more. And usually through the music itself, that's where I wanted to make that sort of connection. But I feel like there's so much more I can talk about, and I can really go deeper into certain topics. And I think artists have a kind of special perspective on things, because you'll talk to people that are like, I can't make art, or I can't make music. I can't. And to me, it doesn't make any sense. But I know where they're coming from, because they're just maybe stuck in their left brain mode, or maybe like in their operation mode or their thinking mode more. And that's fine. But for people who are in that kind of creative space more often, I think there's some really cool insights to be gleaned. So I want to talk about them. And it also goes into being authentic. And I think that's becoming a main theme of this page, which I'm pretty happy about, because it's something that I try to do all the time. And I'm trying to do it even more and more. And now I can express it, and I have a medium to discuss it. Anyway, back to the Spotify Wrapped thing. Why it's so cool is because I could look at those numbers before, and you don't think about them during the year at all. At least I don't. I'm like trying to beat the last week, or I'm not seeing it as some kind of race or something, but just seeing the amount of streams that I had, and how many hours and how many countries that my voice is getting heard, and like the message is there. And a lot of my songs, I like to make uplifting music, and that's another reason why I make music. So seeing that, it makes me think how many people are being exposed to what's really coming through that music, some of my energy. And it's so cool, because I'll get messages sometimes about people saying how much they love my stuff, or they'll send me videos of them listening to the music in the car and stuff like that. And that's awesome. And it's not everybody that reaches out, but those people are especially cool to me. But just seeing the Spotify numbers, like, imagine, oh man, it is really cool, because music has a way of influencing people's lives in such a positive way. And as the artist, you don't really see it firsthand, but it gets played out in their lives. Like, the positive messages that you can put will start going into their life and enhancing it in certain ways, and enhance their experience of beauty, and their experience of, if you believe beauty and truth are connected, then maybe this is metaphysical or something. But I was talking with some friends a week or two ago, and I was saying, without art, or without some kind of medium to actually appreciate, without art, I mean, there's always nature, and nature is beautiful, and women, but without art, what would be the point of working? Because what are you going to spend your time on? You're spending your time on appreciating or feeling grateful for something, really. And if you think about all the stuff that you appreciate in movies or art or dance or music, and not just from a consumerist standpoint, you're like, I need to get like the latest Jordans, or I need to get the latest shoes, or the latest jacket. I need to get the latest TV. Even the reason to get the latest TV would just be art, right? If you were actually someone who enjoyed the art of shoes, like I found, I was looking at boots the other day, and I was like, these boots are cool, and I just liked them. They just look so cool, and I like the designs, and I was like appreciating the art of it. And that sounds whatever. It sounds something random I found that I was like really enjoying. So I wanted to make a video about the Spotify thing, because as an artist, you don't always get direct access or get to know your fans, but you know that your music, or whatever medium you're working on, your art has an influence in their life. And sometimes it can be a really big one. And sometimes people will tell you about it, and that's freaking awesome. But sometimes they won't. And who knows what kind of effect it's having in their life. But you're helping them in some way. You're helping them appreciate the beauty of life, or helping them get in touch with their emotions, or feeling like who they really are, help them get to a deeper truth in themselves. And as an artist, sometimes you get to go first through the words that come through and the emotions that come through and the energy that comes through. You get to kind of go first, and then the other person gets to let that in and experience it, and then they can be like, oh yeah, that's just like what's going on in my life. And sometimes it's not even logical. Sometimes it's not even that they think about it, but they just feel it, and it like strikes a chord, and then it helps them figure stuff out or mature in some way, or develop their senses, develop their mind, develop their soul even. It's so cool. But just seeing the numbers on Spotify Wrapped was like, this year especially, because I feel like I'm just more into it this year, more in tune with it, was just amazing. Like, imagine almost 500,000 hours of my voice getting played in I think it was 146 countries, which is it's incredible. I couldn't even name off 146 countries. That's so awesome, dude. I don't know if you realize how you really have to stop and think about that, to take that in and be like, that's really something. It's really something cool. And just so happened today that I was on Instagram, and somebody, I'll call him a friend now, this guy Justin, he he hit me up, and he said that my videos about authenticity, I think, inspired him to make a video about why he does music and the type of music that he does, and totally made my day, because there's been a couple artists that have contacted me about it and said that they're like, I want to start really talking about why I do this, or my perspective on things. I think the artistic perspective on these things is so cool, and it's different, but it's not different in a way that should be different. I think everybody should kind of be coming at their life from that angle, where they're really self-analyzing and knowing where they're coming from, getting in touch with that. And as they continue to create, the depth of it gets even greater. And then from that point, as a musician or an artist, being able to articulate that point of view is going into such a deeper layer of reality, or of humanity, of spirituality. I really do think it's something. I think it's something special, and I kind of cherish it in a way. When I saw him make his video about it, I watched it and I was like, I never knew that this person was doing this for this reason. And it added such a realness and depth to the music that he made, or that he makes, that it was inspiring to me. Because a lot of these times, like, I'll see artist pages, and I always say stuff like this, and I'm never knocking anyone's artist page. I actually, a lot of the artists that I really appreciate do have pages, like, whatever, but a lot of them do talk, and a lot of them do have perspectives and different kinds of creative posts. But there are artist pages out there where it's just like a picture of them, and then it's them playing somewhere, and then it's another professional picture, and then them playing somewhere. And it's cool. If the music's good, it's good. I I can just appreciate it for what it is. But as far as like getting an insight into their process, or their creativity, or their authenticity, or why they do it, or who they are, sometimes I don't get those things. And I'm not even necessarily always looking for those, but man, it's cool when somebody's actually coming at it from an authentic space. It's really, really cool, because there's a depth there that I really like. So thank you, everybody who listened this year and enjoyed some of my music. I'm still working on a bunch of music, and also I started trying to post all the time. So I'm still trying to do 30 days of posting on all of my social media stuff and business stuff. Pretty crazy for me. Plus working. It's actually not as bad as it sounds, because I actually really like doing all this stuff. It just takes time. So my ideal is that I have a bunch of time, and then I can just do these, and I can be as authentic as possible, and I don't have to censor myself or try to put up any kind of, trying to be cool, whatever. I think I'm cool as it is. I don't think I need to, I don't think I need to pretend. I think the more that time goes on, I just appreciate being able to connect with people. And through the music, sometimes when people message me, they feel like they have connected with me already, because they can feel the realness of me through the music that I put out. And I think that might even be sometimes a more real connection, probably a more real connection than just, random conversations. But how about both? Anyway, yeah, thank you everybody for listening this year and this last month of the year. This next year for me, this next 12 months is going to be massive. Totally stoked about everything that I have coming up and to put out more music, more of these videos. And you know what I'm really stoked about? I'm stoked about it being warm again. Friends like this cold. It's saying it, dude. I don't know what this is. And it's been interesting coming out here in the cold and recording these videos. I think I'll probably get used to it at some point, but being outside for these is kind of fun. So yeah, peace out everybody. Much love.